Welcome to the Raven Space on YouTube. My name is Jason, and this is Raven Space Daily, where we talk about Baltimore Ravens news every single weekday. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We're going to talk about Brandon Williams possibly returning. We're going to talk about how the Ravens are favored over the Chicago Bears. We're going to talk about Max Williams' return to practice, and we're going to answer your question, the mailbag question, which you guys can interact with the show. Please subscribe to the Raven Space on YouTube for the best Baltimore Ravens content on the internet. Also, a special shout out to our Patreon subscribers, because without you guys, none of this is possible. Thank you guys so much. Now we're going to hop into the first topic of the day, and it talks about Brandon Williams. And he hinted in a tweet that he is ready to come back. This is a big deal because just the team has not been as good without Brandon Williams out there. And it's just the plain old truth. And I would never lie to you guys, and I will not lie to you guys. I really do feel like we are not as good of a team without this young man playing with us. I really discounted how valuable he was. If you guys saw my video, which I made before his injury, the top 5 players on defense, Brandon Williams is number 5. He was behind players like Tony Jefferson, Eric Weddle, C.J. Mosley, and Terrell Suggs. I was wrong. I think he may be the second best person on the team because of this fall that we've seen. It's been stark. The Ravens are not as good of a team without him on the field. And so he tweeted a GIF from the movie Tombstone, and he says, "Soon, #, I will rise." And the actual GIF says he's coming and hell is coming with him. So I mean, that means he's about to wreak havoc on these offensive lines, and I'm excited about that. Brandon Williams is a special player. His ability to stop the run is amazing. He never gets pushed back, and he always has the ability, it seems, to get off of blocks, which other players struggle with, right? I'm excited to have him return. It won't be this week for the Bears, I don't think, because he did not practice on Thursday. But I really do believe that he will return the next week, because he said he was going to return. Why would he say that if it wasn't going to be next week? So expect to have our run defense back at tip-top shape in 2 weeks when Brandon Williams comes back. I'm excited about that. You guys let me know, are you excited, in the comments below. Now we're going to go on to the second topic, which talks about the Ravens' chances against the Bears. ESPN said today that the Ravens have a 81% chance to beat the Chicago Bears. 81% is high. I mean, that's basically a guarantee. Maybe a better team would have a better chance, but they think the Ravens at home, that we're so dangerous at home that we're going to, annihilate this team. And they are starting a rookie quarterback in Baltimore, which is going to be tough. The Ravens have a great secondary, but these other, we know the Ravens, right? The other people don't know the Ravens, right? When we're confident, that's a good thing, right? That means we know something and we feel it. When we're not confident, that's a bad thing. We know the Ravens will go and they'll play a great game, and then the next game they put up a stinker, right? And I hope that doesn't happen. We do play to the level of our competition, and we cannot do that for these next 4 games. Hopefully the Ravens get it together, because we should beat the Bears. We are a better team than the Bears. The Bears are right now, they're in a rebuilding session. We can't lose to teams who are rebuilding. So I'm excited to see how it goes. In the comments below, put your prediction if the Ravens are going to win or if they're going to lose. Or you can save your prediction for tomorrow's show, which is always a show where we talk about the game in depth. So we're going to go into the third topic. And this is the topic that I'm most excited about, simply because of Max Williams. Max Williams and Brashard Perriman were full participants for practice on Thursday, which is just a great thing to have depth at that tight end position. We kind of already knew Max Williams was going to come back because the Ravens cut the tight end that they signed to the practice squad. So that means that the Ravens felt they no longer needed that insurance, which means that we were going to get healthier at tight end. Max Williams is not the best tight end on the Ravens team right now. The best tight end is Ben Watson. Ben Watson runs crisper routes. Ben Watson has better hands. Ben Watson's more reliable. However, Max as a tight end has a big playability. I mean, he's hard to bring down. You know, he always keeps his legs churning. He just can't stay healthy. Right now, he is the second best tight end. I think he has the most potential. Nick Boyer just, you know, has the play time, but just has not been showing me anything. Now, the Ravens aren't really throwing the ball his way, but I don't know why that is. I think they just trust Watson way more, so he gets most of the snaps. But with Max Williams back, Brashard Perriman is also full participant. He was only out, I think, one day because he did play last game. So, you know, he's always injured. He'll be injured next week too. But if Max Williams can come back and just give the Ravens 3 tight ends to use and be effective with, then I think the Ravens will be better on offense. Hopefully, Max Williams shows us why we're still waiting for him to explode and be a great player. But Max Williams is back at practice for you guys who really want to see Max Williams play. And now it's time for my favorite segment of the show, the Raven Space Mailbag, where we answer your questions. If you want to be a part of the show, please send your questions to mailbag@theravenspace.com or put it in the comments of this video. We're going to answer this question by Aiden, and Aiden asks, what do you think the Ravens must improve on in order to be a great team? Thank you so much for your question, Aiden. And honestly, there's a lot. There's a lot, right? When you say great team, that's a Super Bowl caliber team, a 14-2 team. Let's start with, we can start. I'm going to name 2 things on each side of the ball. First, on offense, it has to be quarterback play. We can blame the offensive line if we would like. There are worse offensive lines on better teams, and that's just the truth of the matter. Right now, the Ravens offensive line, according to Pro Football Focus, is ranked 3rd in the NFL. 3rd, right? 1, 2, 3, as in the number 3, right? Let's say, 3, right? 3. I know, I can't believe it either. I'm thinking about it right now, but they've been playing terribly, in my opinion, until last game, and they're ranked 3rd. So it shows you how the offensive lines in the rest of the league are. They're not good. The new practice rules, the college football system does not help these players, and so they're just not as good. If the Ravens want to be better, Joe Flacco has to be better, point blank period. And if your quarterback isn't playing at a high level, you have a hard chance to win unless you have an all-time great defense, and the Ravens do not have that right now. Let's go to defense. Got to stop the run. Right now, the Ravens rank 23rd against run defense. Brandon Williams will help that some, but 23rd against run defense is unacceptable for a team that plays in Baltimore. I don't care what team, okay? The Orioles better have a better run defense than 23rd. So the 23rd is not good enough. The Ravens have to improve on defense in the run game. And if they do those 2 things, if you improve the run game and you can stop the run, and the corners and the safeties are great, so I'm not worried about the pass. And if Joe Flacco can play at an MVP or even a close to MVP level, a top 10 quarterback level, I think the Ravens can go far in the playoffs, and I'm excited to see what happens. Thank you so much for your question, and thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the end of the episode. Please subscribe to Raven Space on YouTube for the best Baltimore Ravens content on the internet, and check out a Raven Space store where you guys can help support us. We really appreciate it. And if you want to take the ultimate leap of faith and become one of the greatest people you can be, help us out on Patreon. Look in the description below for some of the great benefits. Thank you guys so much, and go Ravens.